We're going to make edamame bruschetta. Otherwise, it's known as mashed soybeans on rice crackers. But we like the bruschetta. It sounds so Italian, and it is Italian. So what we start with, I wanted to tell you a little bit about edamame because it is soybeans and it comes in a pod like this, a little pea pod, and it comes frozen. So when you take it out of your freezer section, you will put it in a pot of boiling water and let it boil for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then as you can see, these pods, the seeds just pop right out of the pods. Very, very simple. And so what I have done, I did not shell all of these. Actually, I purchased them already shelled. So we're going to put this in our food processor. This is another tool that every well-equipped kitchen needs to have, is a food processor, because it just really makes your work so much easier. The other thing I'm going to add to this bruschetta, parsley, and you just want to take about a little handful. I'd say maybe 1/4 of a cup of parsley, and then we're going to add some mint leaves, and I'm going to add about 5 mint leaves. You don't want the stem, you just want the leaves. Okay, this is so simple. All right, we put all that in our food processor and we'll process it. Getting blended. The next thing we want to add is a little bit, actually about 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. That's what's going to give it a smooth consistency. Okay, that looks pretty good. The other thing we need to add is a little bit of salt. And I like to use kosher salt just because it's thicker and pretty, and we'll put a little bit of pepper, ground black pepper. And I'm going to process it just one more time, just a little bit. Okay, now we're ready to serve it. Okay, what we'll do is, if you notice, I have these flat little rice crackers. I'm going to cut a cucumber. Now the reason I'm using a cucumber as a base in this dish is so that the rice cracker will set flat in this serving spoon. I have a little mini scoop, and what I'm going to do is place this scoop of edamame on top of the bruschetta. Turn that the right direction. And then we're going to grate, move everything out of the way so you can see. This is white cheddar, and this is a microplane. I love it for shredding cheese because you get this nice, easy, look how cute that is, shredded, tiny shreds of cheese. We'll put that on there. And another thing that we might add would be bacon bits. And now you can put that either on the top or you can put it underneath your cheese, whatever you prefer. But that's it. That's a simple, elegant little appetizer, edamame bruschetta. We're going to make orange chocolate mousse, and this mousse is a great filling for any kind of dessert that you want to make. It's a basic thing. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the orange chocolate mousse and we're going to fill it in these little chocolate baskets. This basket I ordered online from Lang's Chocolate, and it's just a cute little thing. But before we make our mousse, I want to make a handle for the basket. So what you're going to do, I use candy melts or candy wafers, and I put them in a Ziploc plastic bag. And then I have a bowl of warm water, put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and that will melt your candy melts. And then what I've done, I've taken the bag and I have pushed all of the chocolate into the corner of the bag. Then I'm going to clip a small, teeny tiny little pierce off the end of the bag. And I have made a pattern. You can see the arched pattern, looks like an upside down horseshoe. And then you're just going to take the chocolate and pipe it on your pattern. And then you're going to let that set for just a few seconds, and then you're going to go back and forth creating like a little zigzag. This gives the handle some stability and width. And then after this is completed, you're going to let this refrigerate until it's completely hardened. So that's the handle. The next thing that we want to do, I'm going to move that out of the way. The next thing we want to make is our ganache. And what you're going to do is melt morsels in a cup of whipping cream. This is heavy whipping cream. Now I've already heated the whipping cream, and then what you're going to do, you're just going to stir the morsels. This is making chocolate ganache. And you're going to stir the morsels until they're completely blended. And it will blend. This looks like a mess right now, but it will completely blend and stir. Then you're going to add a teaspoon of orange extract. So we'll add that to that, and we'll completely stir that. And after you completely stir this, and this is smooth, silky smooth, which it will be, then what you do, you put it in a measuring cup and put it in the refrigerator, and the chocolate becomes firm like this. The reason you put it in the refrigerator is because we're going to mix it with heavy whipping cream, and the heavy whipping cream needs to be really, really cold. So let's start with our whipping cream, and I have about a cup of heavy whipping cream that we're going to put into our mixer. Like that. I'm going to beat this up, and when it starts to thicken, we will add our powdered sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and add the powdered sugar, and it will beat up and it'll be nice and firm. It takes a few minutes to do that. And then we'll add our chocolate ganache. Turn that down a little bit on low. We'll add a spoonful at a time. Now remember, this is cool, because if it's not cool, your whipped cream will fall. And you don't want it to do that. It'll lose its shape. Okay. Well, you get the idea. And what I did, I went ahead and had some made up, and in a piping bag with the tip 1M, I have my chocolate ganache whipped cream. And what we'll do is we'll take this little basket over here, and then we will add a handle, ta-da, and then we'll add a flour. This is a sugared flour that I purchased online also, and you can do whatever you want with that. And this makes a great little Easter presentation or any kind of dessert for any kind of a spring luncheon or party. So this is set to serve. We're ready to go. This is dessert.
Don't go away. Liz serves it up sassy when we return.